everyone, this is Haley Bright from CoinOpTV, and in this episode we're going to give you an exciting sneak peek at some of the new titles coming out from Hudson Entertainment. Hey guys, I caught up with Andrew Plimpel, producer at Hudson Entertainment. Can you tell me some new features of the Bonk game, such as the online gameplay?
Yeah, sure, Haley. So in Bonk, traditionally you would just be able to eat meat. Now Bonk is able to access primordial ooze, which gives him a host of new abilities, such as fire, ice, ramming, powers, and soapy mouth, hip-hop, miniaturizing. There's just a bunch that's going on that are in the game that are completely new from the old game.
And the original titles were famous for the mini games. Can we expect to see these in the new game?
Oh, totally. You'll expect to see many mini games, probably one through each level, and they'll be completely wacky and crazy, just as you would expect in the old Bonk. The core game will still be based off the old Bonk franchise. We do have some online components where two players can play together through the single campaign, and then we have a bunch of new DLC that we're really excited about, which invite multiplayer action and then a whole new Bonk storyline.
I caught up with Morgan HARO from Hudson Entertainment. Can you tell me a little bit more about Rooms and how the game works?
Rooms, the main building, is a puzzle adventure game coming out for Nintendo Wii and Nintendo DS in spring 2010. But how it works is it takes the whole sliding puzzle concept that many people are familiar with, but instead of kind of moving around puzzle pieces to form a picture or something like that, you have to move them around in order to create a pathway for your character to reach the exit for each series of rooms that she'll encounter within the game.
And what's the secret to actually exiting all the rooms?
I mean, it depends on level to level. So, I mean, from some of the more introductory levels, it keeps it pretty simple. You have a key, you get to a door, and you get to the exit. But as you progress, you get a lot more gameplay elements, ladders, teleportation devices, wardrobes that completely change around the contents of different room tiles. So it really ranges as you progress from level to level, but the key is to play around with it, move around the different room tiles, experiment around, see where things get you, and that's pretty much the fun of being able to find your way to the exit, in a sense.
And people can actually create their own rooms using the levels editor. Can you tell me more about that?
I mean, it's still something that we're working on, but what we're aiming for is to be able to create the most, robust system to let people take the experience that they're getting from the single-player game and say, okay, this is something that I want to do. Something I might have an idea for how I want my rooms puzzle to work out. So we give them the tools, however many rooms they want, however many different tools and game mechanics that they want, teleportation devices, whatever. It's their world in that sense. And yeah, both versions on Wii and DS are going to be able to feature that level editing feature. We hope to keep people on their creative toes, basically.
And when people create their own rooms, they can go into like a player versus player mode? How does that work?
Well, that's a Wii-specific feature that gamers will be able to go two-player split screen. As you compete with someone in the same room with you, it's based on a factor of time to see who can get to the exit of the rooms quickest. Basically, yeah. But on the DS, the DS-specific feature is to be able to upload your rooms to be able to share with an online community.
Last but not least, I caught up with SHIMIZU, director of Calling. Can you tell me about the game?
The game Calling is an adventure game based on the Japanese horror genre. We were inspired in particular about the intuitive nature of the Wii remote. For instance, we wanted to really utilize the speakerphone that is available on the Wii remote so that you can pretend though as if your remote is your cell phone, and whenever your cell phone rings, you can put your remote up to your ear and pretend that somebody's calling you.
And what's it like having, the users use things like cell phones and, other objects to go through the game rather than like weapons and things like that?
So our attempt at only choosing to fight off the ghost by shaking them off rather than shooting it, stabbing it as other games would have you do, it was an attempt to make it an authentic experience, because if you run into a ghost in the real life, you're honestly not going to be able to fight it with a weapon. You are going to run and hide, and so we wanted to let the gamer sort of experience that for yourself yourself, like as if it really is happening to you.
And this is one of the first horror genre games for Hudson. What's the response been thus far, just from the media?
ですね、北米
So
の
the
方では
response from the American media has been great in terms of the fascination of the game seems to be focused on that this is the Japanese horror genre, and because it's inherently different from the American horror.
All right, guys, that's a sneak peek of what's coming out from Hudson in 2010. This is Haley Bright for CoinOpTV. We will see you guys next time.